What's up, guys? Pardon the voice change here. I'm still getting over a cold of some kind. So today we got the Rick's Raw review of the Huracan Fabrication tailgate storage box for the Ram TRX. I believe this is the same box that you can put on the tailgate of any 5th gen Ram, same part number. And so we're going to kind of talk about a little bit on install, what we got in there, pros, cons, uncut, unedited, and just honest feedback, pros and cons, and let's get into it. All right, so I'm not going to get into install too much just because it's been kind of covered. There's another Ram video out there, some Australian guys that do a pretty good job. I will say, though, that the actual size of the actual rectangle you need to cut out of the tailgate is smaller than it was in the video of the Australian guys with I think it was a 2019 Ram. So I actually, to the point where it was so much smaller that I actually reached out to Huracan and said, hey, you know, is this the right template you guys gave me? Because it just seemed like it was way smaller of a box to cut out of the tailgate than the one that they were doing in the Australian video. So anyways, turned out it was, and I guess they just kind of made the design a little better, and it actually was able to keep more of the factory tailgate. Like the one from the Australian guys, it basically cuts it out here, and you can see that mine's cut there, but theirs was cut like right on the edge, basically the entire thing. So I actually got to keep one you know, skeleton of structure there to the existing tailgate, and you'll see if you guys actually, you know, install this, you'll see that there's actually a little bit of overlap there. So anyways, a couple other points on install. Real quick, remove the access panel, this guy, and then from there put your stencil on. They give it to you, just tape it off with some masking tape, painter's tape, and get to cutting. You're gonna need a whole bunch of stuff, kind of stuff you should have around the shop: jigsaw, sawzall, angle grinder, angle sander, and I think that was pretty much everything we used. So far, there's absolutely no sounds coming from this. No squeaks, no rattles, no cheap truck sounds. You know, driving over a speed bump and you hear clunk, clunk, nothing. And we got this thing loaded up about as full as it can get. Now, we don't have a whole bunch of sockets and wrenches and stuff in here. You'll see what's in here in a minute. So yeah, that's pretty much everything on the install. Let's see, get into some of the pros. Let's see what we got in here first. So each side has a latch. This would be a con, I would say, because once you pull open each latch, you can't really just lift up from here. I mean, you can't, well, actually, yeah, you can. I take that back. In the beginning, it was kind of hard to do. It was a little stiff. So I guess now you can. Let's see if I can do it from both sides with one hand. I'm learning something new today. Yep, you can do it. Okay, so in the beginning, when you first get it, you will not be able to do that. You will have to physically lift each latch, and then with both hands, I can't really grab both latches and lift up together because it just, you'll see, it's just, it's very stiff. So with both of them undone, and they are lockable, so that is a pro, obviously. A lot of people want to keep their stuff out of the thieves' hands. All right, so here's what we got. I got 2 quick chairs. These things are awesome if you don't know about them already. We have some traditional camp chairs under the back seat, but these things, there's 2 full-size chairs for grown adults in there. And this is what, one of them, another one, third one. So we got 3 click chairs. We've got some pull straps. We've got a shovel in here. 2 more shovels in here. Kids like to dig, and also they double as a recovery if we need to dig ourselves out of anything. Put the kids to work. Got some random tools in here. Some random stuff here. Oh, a little fishing net for minnows. Little mirror, inspection mirror, some couple ratchets, couple things, just little odds and ends. And then we got 2 little camping chairs for the kiddos. There's a bag for water if we want to do for fishing or whatever, and we want to get some lake water and put it in a bucket, keep the minnows alive. Or for the camp shower, for running the shower through that bucket. All right, so that's pretty much everything we got inside here. Doesn't hold a ton of stuff, but this is perfect for your kids' soccer games. You know, whatever you want to just roll up, grab 5 chairs, and not have to go. We got the deck system, which I already did a review on, so it's equally easy to get to that. But before we had our we'd have our chairs under the back seat, which I'll show you the disaster. In here, it's kind of hard to get to your chairs under your back seat when you can't lift any of them because you got 3 car seats in there. So probably not everyone's problem, but for those with families and little kids, you get a whole bunch of camp chairs back here. I'll take some measurements for you since that information isn't really in the on the website. All right, we got, let's see here. We are at right about 4 inches, maybe a touch. Yeah, I'd say 4 inches is safe here because it looks like the carpet does come down a little bit, so 4 inches is safe there. It's here. So we got 16.5 by 15 3/4 is the first square, and then this rectangle here is 13.5 by, what did we say this was, 7 3/4, and then the last square rectangle 16 about 3/4 by, it's probably the same, but we'll just double check to make sure. Oh, this one's actually more like 16, but we'll call it 15 3/4. Yeah, it's about 15 3/4. Okay, it's obviously a rectangle. So okay, so we got the measurements there. Thank you, sweetheart. This is your service panel for accessing your latch, your handle, and it's pretty easy to get to. It's really just, I think 3. I can't tell whether these are Allens or Torx. I think it's one in the middle, and then one on this side, and then it literally just pops off, and you can get to your wiring for your rear camera, XYZ. We're gonna install a rear camera sprayer, so we're gonna need to pull this off to do that. So you can see kind of what you can get in there based on the measurements and based on what we have in there. One thing we did add as an upgrade is this rain seal. It's just a weather strip that's got a little lip on it. I'll take a picture of it. Side profile here. So it's kind of an L, and they sell that for $19.95 on their website. That is not, if you're actually in the market for one for a Ram, it's not on the list of things as upgrades or accessories you can buy. You actually have to search the website for a rain seal.
No, Reed.
Really, guys?
No.
Is this new chalk?
No.
Yeah.
Reagan, are you okay?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Reed, what's happening to you, my brother?
Good. I figured out how to open it, Mom.
Good job. Okay, so they sell 3 upgrades for this kit for a Ram 1500. It's a LED strip. It goes all the way across. It's like $100. Oh, thank you, Mr. Wee. You want to put some chalk in there? Okay, you just whacked your head on the tailgate. Is Bear still in the garage? Chan, check on Bear, please. He's in the back?
No, he is. Oh, yeah, he's there.
Okay, good. All right, sorry. So there's 3 things they sell. The LED strip for the back is $100, which is a little bit steep. We got just kind of a cheap LED strip off Amazon. Let's see if I can show it to you there. Hopefully. And that was like 15 or 20 bucks. And it's got 3M on the back, and we added a couple zip ties in the pre-existing holes there. In order to turn it on, it's run by a rechargeable guy here. We could probably make this thing a little more stable, but with everything we have in here, it just Velcros to there. And turn it on with just pushing this, pulling the switch down. And it lights up the whole back, and it kind of illuminates everything for the most part. The second thing, so I would kind of probably avoid that one. The second one they add is the screensaver, they call it, for the lid, which we did not get. That was another $100, and I had seen some people say that it was kind of delaminating and coming up a little bit, and I was like, well, forget it. So this is the bare bones edition with no screensaver, clear protective cover or anything, but we did spray it with a bed liner. So once it got scratched up, it was very It was very, very smooth. Every time we got out of the truck, the kids would almost eat it. The dog actually went sliding across when the dog jumped out and almost ate it. So I put just some cheap bed liner spray. I think it was a Rust-Oleum this time. I've tried a few, but just trying this one. And it's holding up pretty good. You can see there's a couple of scratches and things, but it's very grippy. It's like grip tape. So, you know, if it gets nasty and scratched up, we just hit it with another shot and call it a day. And then the other upgrade they sell is, I'm trying to think, I think there was one more. No, just the rain seal. So that one is not on, like I said, on the Ram page. You have to actually search the website for it. And then on the point of rain seals, we did add some Home Depot weather stripping on the sides. We didn't weather test it before we put this in, so we don't know whether it is completely weatherproof without this, but I just had this lying around, so we added it to kind of ensure, you know, a full seal here. This connects there, and then this picks up, keeps stuff out, and then that keeps stuff out for when the tailgate's lifted up and the rain's obviously coming from the sky. So no water or anything has gotten in here. We're very happy about that, because we don't want this carpet to get nasty and stuff, and that would kind of defeat the whole purpose of this system if the carpet was getting all moldy and nasty. So everything's good so far on that front. We're just trying to escape. So pros: storage where you never had it before, right? Tailgates are pretty much archaic unless you've got like a Ford with the man stick and the little ladder and all the nonsense to help you get in the truck and not get your dress dirty. So storage, obviously, where you never had it before. I guess you could just hack your tailgate up and just leave a whole bunch of open void and just stuff some bags in there. That would probably work, but it would kind of look pretty gnarly, but you know, to each his own. This thing is engineered and built like a brick, you know what house. So when I say that, this thing is 50 pounds, this is a pro and a con, 50 pounds empty. So literally, you've got your tailgate. Now you're cut out probably, I think we weighed it, it was close to 15 to 20, no, it was about 15 pounds, I think it was, that we took out of the tailgate. Maybe it was closer to 10. Somewhere around 10 to 15 pounds we took out of metal and just, you know, all that, the access panel and everything else. And then we put 50 in. So we've got about a 35 plus 35 pound difference there. So the tailgate definitely got heavier, right? Add the stuff in, it's definitely heavier than it was before by, you know, about 60, 70 pounds with all the stuff I have in here. So if you don't have a tailgate shock behind your, for Ram it's behind here, I don't know where it is on the other trucks, but you're definitely gonna need a tailgate dampener or tailgate shock to help you lift this thing up, because even with the shock, this thing one-handed, my wife can't do it. She needs two hands. I can do it one-handed, but it's pretty tough. You don't have the tailgate shock, you're gonna have to get a subscription to your local fitness and get one bicep just super large. What else we got? Weatherproof, customer service. We've talked to a guy named Rhys, I think it is, R-H-Y-S. I don't know how to exactly say that. Probably butchering it and I'll probably get flamed in the comments, but super nice guy. He's the director of marketing, I think, over there. We've communicated with him maybe 20 emails before we got the kit and maybe 20 emails after we got the kit, just asking him questions about the stencil laying and XYZ. Before I forget, when you lay the stencil on to your tailgate, make sure you pull it tight. That's in some other videos, but just want to stress that. Pull the stencil completely tight, don't rip it, and then tape it down tight. If you leave it with the waves, because it comes rolled up, it's not going to work, and you're gonna have to cut more out than you need to. You're gonna have to cut again and again and again. So just roll it out flat, make sure everything's taut, and then tape it down. Lockable. And one thing we really like is just the fact that it's just amazing. This is just a flat surface now. Before, with the normal tailgate, you know, where are you putting your beverage here? I mean, every drink that I have is bigger than this, unless it's a juice box, which I don't drink those, but my kids do, so I guess these are juice box slots. And then you have one spot on the left and one spot on the right to put your normal size drink. That just doesn't work, you know, like it's just not. So the fact that you can literally put your drink pretty much anywhere except obviously on the latches, and it's flat, it's stable, you know, it's just nice. Having these on the ends here when things are happening inside the bed or whatever, it just pops off and falls down. So super nice. If you're overlanding, camping, whatever, this is an awesome surface to do you know, it's like a huge cutting board. So do whatever you want on it. Obviously clean it up first, clean it up after, but just having a flat surface here is really nice. One cool thing also is that it is just as strong, if not stronger, than it was before. So what I mean, Chan, get up here and jump on this thing. So my kid is about 50 pounds. You can get up there without using the step. Nice, jump around on that thing. You can see it bowing a little bit, but I mean, there you go. Thank you, sweetheart. Good job.
I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay. I stand up there all the time. I'll get up there and I gotta use my little man step here. Here, video of me jumping around on it. Hopefully it doesn't break. Then this will change the status of the review here. Ready?
Yep.
Can you get me?
Yeah.
I'm 200 pounds, so it's rock solid.
200?
200. That was before Mom's amazing breakfast. Hello, Mr. Wee. Are you taking off this? All right, take 2 of the Huracan Fabrication tailgate storage box review. GoPro took a dump, overheated. So here we go. We are through the pros. I believe we're into the cons. So we talked about how heavy the tailgate's gonna be, extra 50 pounds empty, tailgate shock. Let's talk about the cost. So this box costs 595 bucks shipped, which is a boatload of money. Luckily they don't add, that's shipping's included in that, so because that would be super expensive from Australia, but still 600 bucks. And then if you want any of the upgrades, you know, 100 bucks a piece. We didn't do any of the upgrades except for the weather seal. So I would definitely recommend that, 20 bucks, or you just go to local Home Depot and get something similar, but it's gonna cost you 10, 20 bucks anyway. So so all in, we would be at $615 shipped. We did get a coupon code. We're able to find one, so I'll put that in the description so you guys can use it. I believe it was 10%, so we saved about 60 bucks, give or take, off the entire thing. I think it was like 540, I want to say, before we added the rain seal. So about 560, I believe we paid out the door, all in with the discount code. And I'll put that in the description. So what else we got? Overall, 100%, definitely happy with it. Expensive solution for a little amount of storage. But at the end of the day, all these things that are in here were taking up space in a spot that, like, I didn't want to riddle with all this junk. So if I took all these things out and put them in one of my deck drawers, half of my deck drawer almost would be taken up by all this. And like, I didn't buy a $2,000 deck drawer system to put 2 $9 camping chairs in there and a foldable shovel. I mean, I'll put this under my seat, or I'll sit on this thing every day. You know, have all my passengers sit on a shovel before I take up the space in the $2,000 deck system for it. So do I think it's worth it? Yes. Is it for everybody? Absolutely not. If we get another truck, I'm planning on keeping this thing until it blows up 3 times. But eventually we'll have another one. Will I put it in that one? 100%, because I don't want to live without it. It's just something, it's an empty void, and that's what I want to put in it, is this box. Now, if they come up with a solution like I've seen some of the Saudi Arabia guys do, where they cut this out and they put a whole flip up panel with a whole, you know, cooktop and all this stuff, 100%. I will take my Sawzall and I will saw this up and make storage, because there's empty space there too. So optimizing the available space. Got 3 kids, 2 dogs, a wife, ton of vehicles, ton of gear, ton of different hobbies and activities we do. So we literally have 700 plus pounds of stuff on this truck on board all the time. So yes, every little bit of space. Honestly, I've thought about pulling these bolts out, these 3 bolts, even though it's a nice rectangular box here and it's clean, just stuffing some stuff into there. I don't know, maybe like something you don't need very often, like a tire valve, like a tire repair kit, patch kit, you know, I don't know, something I don't need very often, just stuff it under here, because there is some space in here. So if I get to that point, then I will. And Cease, you got anything you want to add on the, do you like the tailgate box, Cease?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you like about it?
I like that there's like a lot of compartments, like where you can put seats, like chairs, and all those other stuff that you really need.
To have at a moment's notice, right?
Yeah.
Like, you never know when you need to.
Like, if you want, you can put, like, your tire blows out, put, a tire under there, or,
yeah, Reggie's tire under there.
If you didn't tighten your valve a lot on your thing.
Spare valve caps in here, yeah. You can put like how many? I mean, maybe that's a video we could do. How many valve caps can we fit into here with nothing else in here?
You could get a kit and like put all your valve caps that you have.
Should have a contest. Whoever gets closest wins something. I don't know, wins a used shovel. What else?
So there's a lot of compartments in it because like if you're in the woods, anywhere, you got a tire in your nail.
The tire in your nail?
Yeah.
Yes, if your nail has been infected with a tire, this is where you go to. You got, and you could literally fill this thing up with 1,000 sockets if you wanted to be like super, you know, disorganized and rattle all over the place. But you could fit an entire toolkit, not necessarily in the original box, but if you wanted to take everything out of like a mechanic's tool set, put it in some zippered bags, or just let it all roll around and, you know, have at it. So we're gonna wrap this one up. The locks work really well. It's all stainless. All the stuff they gave us. Oh, let me touch on that. Everything is stainless. So what they include to install this is they include self-tappers. So you basically got to cut out the rectangle, lay the box in, and then put your self-tapping, drill your self-tappers in. What we did is something different. We did, gosh, what did we do? We did a couple self-tappers, but then we did a couple rivets, pop rivets, and then,
Hey Dad, why do these two are different? And
that's why I'm explaining. So we didn't have a lot of material to work on.
So you didn't have a lot of these.
Yeah, we had to use, I think these are the self-tappers that they included. We didn't have the room to put the nutserts. We actually put nutserts under here with a nutsert gun and fired these bolts in. These are, I believe, M5 or M6, I think they're M6. And then we used some of the self-tappers in the spots. But that's totally unnecessary. We just wanted to be more secure with some nutserts than just self-tappers. But you're also going to put a bead of silicone or a Sikaflex. We got the black Sikaflex Australian special to make sure, because that stuff is nasty, man. You could literally stick your hand to a wall and probably not get it off if you leave it there overnight. So between the Sikaflex, and I think it was 252, the one we used, and the self-tappers, probably fine. We're super rough on stuff. We go high-speed off-road, rock crawling, low speed, everything. You name it, little jumps, whoops, everything. So we want to make sure with all the weight we have in here, that helps kind of keep it in place, but it also, you know, makes it so that it can pop up. So we wanted to make sure it was super secure. So we did some nutserts in a few locations that we were able to with enough material from the tailgate. Love you. Love you, sweetheart. So that's pretty much it. I think we covered all the LED light, cheap LED light. Yep, I think that's pretty much it. So we're gonna sign off now. This is my third attempt at a Rick's Raw review, uncut, unedited, other than merging the two videos together because GoPro took a dump. On the Huracan Fabrication Ram truck tailgate storage box. That's a mouthful. So that's it for now, guys. If there's any other pros, cons, or anything drastic or we want to report back on, we'll do another review or put something in the comments. Again, we'll make sure the coupon code we have still works. If it does, we'll throw it in the description. All right, guys, good luck. Take care and see you on the next one.